Greetings from CD Broadcasting, where we play all day, but we talk about things we need to know. Today on the show, Marla Bautista.
Greetings from WPLAY, where we play all day, but we talk about those things you need to know. Charles Davis here, speaking today with Miss Marla Bautista, author, and got a lot of exciting things to talk to you guys about. I had to get her on the show today to make this a fabulous Friday. So welcome to WPLAY, Miss Marla Bautista. How are you today?
Hey everyone. Hey Charles, thanks for having me. I am doing well. How are you?
Super well, super well. Tell everyone out there all about you, Miss Marla, and let them know what you do.
Well, I'm Marla Bautista. I am an author of Brave Women, Strong Faith, which is a new book that was just released October 13th. I am a writer by trade, but my passion is giving to homeless community members. And I do so as the president of a nonprofit, the Bautista Project, Inc., which is a nonprofit that provides basic living essentials, mentorship, educational resources, and other much needed resources for homeless community members now here in Tampa, Florida.
And you're where located where?
I am located in Tampa, Florida. My family, we're a military family. So we've done this at every location all over the world where we live. So we're here in Tampa, Florida now.
And you're helping the homeless. But a big question came when I first told my daughter about this broadcast. She said, what industry is the person in? And I said, well, Miss Marla's an author and she loves books, which I'm glad. But she was like, well, what type of books does she write? I'm like, I don't know. So what type of books have you written? Can you give us one for my daughter to be able to go and take a look at? Because she loves reading new books and inspirational, motivational, or great. I'm sure can you give us a great title or what type of books that you've written?
So my first book was actually a poetry compilation called My Thoughts Abandoned. It's a book I started writing when I was about 12 years old. So it's a lot of different poetry and anecdotal stories about the things that I went through as a child. And my second book, Brave Women, Strong Faith, is an anthology written by myself and 19 other military spouses about the hurt and the journey of being a military spouse.
Gee, I got to say my wife is Navy, but I was not with her while she did her 3-year tour. But I know she doesn't talk about a lot of it, but the part that I've heard is it takes a strong person, and if you're not strong, they're going to make you stronger, no matter which branch you go in the military. So
Yes.
I appreciate all of our forces. No matter what, my dad was Army, my uncle was Navy, granddad Army. So all I remember is my dad calling my uncle a squid a lot. So you guys know what that means. So
Yeah.
um, you help the homeless, and how do they reach out to you when they need help, and what can you help them with?
So we provide basic living essentials. So we actually go out to the streets, my entire family, even my children. We go out to the streets and we provide sack lunches a few times a month for the homeless community members. We also provide shoes, socks, just much needed basic living essentials for homeless community members, clothing items. So we do that on the street. We have 5 different programs. So that would be our snack packs program, which is our feeding the homeless community program. And then we have our belonging blanket program, which I want to show you. That is this pillow and these blankets. These are actually made from real military uniforms that we obtained from soldiers or service members who donated them to us. And these blankets and pillows we make by hand, my family, well, mostly my 8-year-old daughter and my husband, they make them. And these blankets and pillows are given to children in foster care settings, group home settings, and any of the children who are displaced from their natural homes. And the reason why we do this, and we call it the belonging blanket, is because we want them to have something that belongs to them, something that no one can take away, because that's super important. I experienced homelessness myself.
Mhm.
And moving from place to place, you don't have anything that's yours. They give you a set of sheets, but they're not yours. The clothing, they're asking for you for it back. And so this is something that they will take with them for the rest of their lives, these blankets. So this is an Air Force uniform, of course, but this is actual uniform material. This is not material from like Joann's or anything. This material, the extra material, we do purchase from Joann's, but the uniforms are actually uniforms donated from the service member off of their backs. And so the stories that come along with these uniforms, with the blankets and pillows, are stories of courage and bravery and hope and inspiration. And that's something that we want to instill in all of our youth because they're our future. Um, I don't care what setting they're in now, they are still our future. If they're in juvenile justice system, if they're in the foster care system, they are still our future. And if we don't pour into them and support them now when they need us the most, what do you think is going to happen to us relying on them as our future leaders?
Wow, the children are the future, but now we look seeing someone actually reaching out to them. So you guys go on the streets and actually find homeless people and donate to them. If someone needed a blanket pillow or they needed a snack pack, is there a way they can reach out to you?
Yeah, so we have services on our website where they can just go onto our website, or a lot of homeless community members actually reach out to us directly via Facebook. And I love the opportunity that was given to them by having cell phones, because they have Wi-Fi, and so they can go and they can contact people, and that is so needed in our society today, to keep in touch with the people that you love, to find the help that you need. And so a lot of times they will reach out to us via Facebook Messenger and say, hey, I'm looking for shelter, I'm looking for a way to get my education. And so we connect them with the resources that they need if we personally don't have them. But we do feed the homeless community members on the streets, and we do provide also belonging boxes, which is this. And these are our signature hygiene boxes. And I'll just show you really quickly what's in them. So this is a basic hygiene kit. And this has, I'll show you, it has a bar of soap in it. It has a toothbrush, a lotion, a toothpaste, shampoo, deodorant, a comb, a razor. Here's the razor, and a washcloth. And the reason why these things are in here is a homeless community member can easily go into any public restroom and take a bird bath. And this is something that makes them feel like they belong. It makes them feel better about themselves, because we know how we are about, taking a bath. We don't feel our best selves if we're not fed and we're not clean. So it goes the same for our homeless community members. They need to feel, they need to be able to have that esteem within themselves. And they can do that by making sure that their basic needs are met. And so that's what we do. We meet their basic needs. And then we go even further by providing the mentorship and the education that they need to get back onto their feet, because it's actually cheaper for us as a community to help people in need than for the government to take our taxes to help people in need. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. It actually costs us less money to just help them. And we hear a lot of the stigmas around homeless community members saying that they're lazy or they're crazy, and that's not always the case. I was homeless, and I was homeless as a young adult because my both my parents died before I was 10 years old, and I was left with an abusive step parent who abused me until I was 18 years old and then threw me out on the streets. So this was due to no fault of my own. I was smart. I had the wits to do anything. I had the gumption to do anything that I wanted to do in life, but I needed support, and that's one thing I didn't have. So today I spend my time giving back. I said if I were to ever overcome that situation, I would spend my life giving back to people in need, and that's absolutely what I've done. So I do that by going out to the homeless community. Me and my entire family, we feed them, we provide clothing and other basic living essentials like hygiene, mentorship, education. But what's more is that I also deal with criminal justice system. So I go to the jail here, the youth detention center here in Tampa, and I spend time with the children in youth detention, because they need support more than anyone else. They are our future. They can be the people that are deciding your future when you're older. And so I want to make sure that they have every resource needed to thrive in life. And so I go over there and I hang out with the kids in the detention center. And of course, I take them snacks because that's the coolest thing ever. Somebody coming in with candy. But also, what I take them is books. Books are our key to a world of the unknown, right? We can't do much without an education. And so having that literacy, those literacy needs met will help them grow by just punishing them. And this is for adults too, by just punishing them and throwing them in a jail cell and locking the key, throw away the key. That's not what they need. And then when they get out, they still don't have the support that they need because they weren't reformed in jail. They were just housed. They were just separated from society. What they need is the support to move forward and thrive. The support to know that, hey, you know what? I too was in the same situation you were. I sat in a seat in juvenile hall. I sat in a cell there. And guess what? I didn't have the support I needed to thrive. But I'm here today to give you that support because you are smart, you are beautiful, and you can do anything that you want. Do not stand for the struggles that we had to face without the support. You have support. So to go out there and flourish. And so that's just what I want to do.
Now you say they can reach out to you on Facebook. Do they reach out to your page?
So they can reach out to us via on Facebook via the Bautista Project Inc.'s Facebook page. So we have a Facebook page, also Instagram. So the Bautista Project Inc. on Facebook or Instagram, they can always DM us or PM us or message us. I don't know what it's called today, but
Right.
just a message if you need help. But also we have resources on our website at www.thebautistaprojectinc.org. There are resources not only for the civilian community, but for the veteran community as well.
Wow. Well, this is a follow-up on our broadcast, and I guess we'll start asking this to every one of our interviewers. You have a chance to speak to Africans and everyone worldwide. What would you like to say to them?
We have to redefine patriotism. Patriotism isn't something that we were taught, it's instilled in us. The love of our country and our countrymen starts within us. And we exuberate that by acts of service, through acts of service, by being kind, by supporting our community members, by educating them, by volunteering within our community. We can lift our community up. And that's exactly what patriotism is. It's not this whole idea of what it looks like today in America. Patriotism is us caring for us. So let's do that.
Well, you heard it right here today on WPLAY from Miss Marla Bautista with the Bautista Project, helping the homeless, giving them a way to get clean, giving them a way to stay warm, giving them a pillow, giving them something to eat, all in one visit. I know if you come visit them, they're like there's the angel just came to save them because they're getting all of it at once. I've been battling with this last part I'm gonna wrap up with, and I'm gonna say I too and my family have experienced a homeless situation. And anyone knows me, I'm definitely not lazy. I'll work 6 jobs if I need to, just to make sure I take care of my family. But we found ourselves in that position when we first relocated to the state of Washington. And it was due to bad budgeting, I'll call it, or not realizing gas goes up a lot from one part of the country to the other. And we drove for 24 hours. Truck breaks down, but we made it. And we found ourselves only 2 days of hotel and a family of 6 with a dog. So yeah, we found ourselves going through what the homeless situation is about. And yeah, there's some people out there who are doing it by choice. I found that out. There's some people though who are doing it because they don't have the skills that they need to maintain an employment and a house, or even know to take the baths every day. We just found out some people don't know to wash their hands. So think about it, guys. It's not just lazy people. It's not because they don't want to go to work. It's different circumstances. So to hear that you're doing that, and I think this is the first time since we've been through it that I've even mentioned it on any of my shows. But yeah, I definitely feel for the homeless that are out there because of different reasons. I also want to say for your family and all of those families that are serving, we do appreciate your service. Because of you guys, going out there putting your lives on the line is why we're able to do what we're able to do here in the country. Whether you're wearing a mask or not, the reason you're able to do that is because of all the military forces to go out there and make sure no one's making you by dropping a bomb or putting a gun in your head. So I appreciate all of the military forces that are putting their lives and their family sacrifice for us. And then you come and you're like, well, I'm gonna do it a step further. We're gonna go out to the streets and we're gonna actually donate everything they need, from food to having hygiene products. I think the comb was a good one. I might not need it here, but here, yeah, I did. So the little comb was handy, and the whole thing of ownership. Most of the time when you find homeless is because they have to carry only what they can. Most of them are not even in vehicles. So it's what they can carry. I love the little box pack that you got with everything in there, and then they can have a blanket, a pillow. Most of the ones I've seen or how it's operating, they're gonna put it in a book bag, and that's what they get. So at least if they meet you, they're gonna eat. They have a way to make sure they eat. You give them a way to get working. You give them a way to get cleaned up. You give them a way to sleep, because a good night's rest is important. I appreciate what you're doing, and I don't want to take up much more of the show from you. I just want to say thank you for what you're doing, and I wish I had seen someone like you. There were shelters. There are programs out here, guys. If you're in Florida, if you're in Washington, if you're in Illinois, it doesn't matter. There's people and programs set up to help you. If you need some help on that, definitely Miss Marla Bautista and the Bautista Project can help. So reach out to her, reach out on Facebook, Instagram, website, whatever you got to do. If you got to just drop me a PM because this is the last of your minutes on your phone, I don't care. Send me a PM. I will forward it to Miss Marla to make sure that we help you out. If you want to help support, how do they support the Bautista Project? Do you donations, or just federally, or what?
Yeah, so if they wanted to support our organization, they can visit our website, www.thebautistaprojectinc.org. There is a donate button there. You can donate, you can cash out. We have an Amazon wish list for hygiene products, much needed. And we also are hoping to get a building here in Tampa. Currently, we are working out of our home, and we are storing all of our things in our home, and going to the streets and doing program. And we want to be able to have a center where the homeless community members can learn and grow in a safe environment, where we don't have to educate them on the streets. But you know what? We're still doing it. So we do have a GoFundMe for a building fund, as the church says. So if you would please donate, we just need $1 from 1 million people. That's it. Sounds easy. But I think
right. Well, I can do my part. That's easy. It's 6 of us though, so I guess 6 of us. You got a 6 head start. I'll make sure to be the one to say that here on WPLAY that we've been working on supporting, not just talking about it, but being about it. And you kind of made that too easy when you said $1. I'm like, well, my kids got $1. I'm telling them that they're donating for the homeless. My little one's gonna come out with $1 when I tell them that, because all of us went through that together, and we definitely know firsthand what it's like to be homeless. Maybe not as long or go through as many things, but we've done everything from sleeping in the truck to being in the shelter to not wanting to be in the shelter because of some situation, to back looking for transitional housing, to now establishing our home, and now we're moving to purchasing one. So wherever you're at, realize that if you're still here, it's not final. And if you're going through hell, just don't stop.
yes.
But I appreciate you coming on here, Miss Marla, and helping so many of the homeless. We're going to be visiting that website this weekend and make sure I explain to the kids what we're doing, because I speak to them about the things that we need to know. Here at WPLAY, we play all day, but we talk about those things you need to know. You need to know that Miss Marla Bautista, how long have you been doing the Bautista Project?
We've been doing it for about 9 years. We started in Germany, in Heidelberg, Germany.
9 years, nine.
Yes.
And I'm hearing about it this year. See? Only reason we didn't reach out because we didn't know you were there. So like I say, guys, share this with somebody you don't know who's just scrolling through, who might need to hear this, who might need to know there's someone out there. They might be on their last leg. They might be on their first minute on there. Share this with someone, because if it's not you who needs it, someone in your circle could believe they need it. And if they're not the one, someone in their circle. But each one has to reach one for us to teach one. So let's share this video. Let's make sure people know about the Bautista Project, where they can even do it online and say, hey, I need some help. And definitely, we're here to try and help you with resources. She actually goes out personally and does it. And I'm like, well, I probably won't go hit the streets, but I'm going to put my dollars in this weekend to make sure we help the cause that you're doing. And I want you guys to do that same thought. Think about it. And whether it's $1, we see a million come in next week, cool. But your dollar, this one, we can say it counts. You're seeing where it goes. You're seeing the person over the project. You're seeing the donations and where they go. I see a lot of ones. I ain't not getting no fundraisers, but some of them, you don't know where that dollar goes. You can dollar go in their pocket and keep it moving. You send them $100, you don't know what they did. This one, you know exactly what she's doing, where she's going out. You can send people for resources, but you know what? If you don't want to financially support, fine. Just share the video. I do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching our broadcast. Thank you, Ms. Marla, for being on our show today. I'm definitely going to let my daughter hear about the books because she's always into learning new books. But with the project you're doing, I'm just appreciative for it. I'm glad we got you to get on here so we can get this word out to everybody about the Bautista Project. Ms. Marla Bautista here today on WPLAY, where we play all day and we talk about those things you need to know. You need to know about the Bautista Project. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you all have a great day and a great life.
Visit our website, cdbroadcasting.com. You can email us at wplayallday@gmail.com. Call us direct, 901-900-6308. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.